Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening.
This is Prashant Raga from Integration team. It is a great pleasure for me to welcome you all. In today's gathering, I would like to focus on all our integrators who just started Milestone 1 or the one which are facing issues in implementation of M1. Agenda of the workshop is steps for creation and verification of AVA and common issue faced while implementation M1 on ABDM sandbox. So I request everyone, please mute yourself and 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 only give deliver questions on QA session separately. So I request everyone to ask your queries in QA session one by one. Okay. So I am sharing my screen with you. Just a second.
Before that, a quick question, Prashant.
Yeah.
Is it 4 o'clock a hard stop for this meeting, or else if there are questions, we can extend it a bit?
Yeah, you can ask your questions in QA session, but if there is any urgency or any important question, you can ask in between as well.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay.
Thank you. This is Sridhar Murthy from Jetayu. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Welcome. So I am sharing my screen with you. Just a second, sir. My screen is visible to everyone.
Yes.
Yes, it's visible. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So basically our agenda is workshop on sandbox integration milestone 1. So first there is a AVA overview.
Can you please full screen it? Yeah, thanks.
Okay, well. So basically this is a AVA card. It is a 14-digit AVA number, unique number that every patient has. This is their QR code, and this is AVA number, and this is their AVA address. And here you can see that there is a AVA logo. You can check. In AVA profile, there are some basic information. There is name, date of birth, gender, state, district address, or they also require a valid mobile number and email ID. And for KYC, we need Aadhaar, driving license, or PAN card. Okay, sir. So for M1 API flow, there are two flows. First for creation, and then second for verification. For creation, there are two processes: Aadhaar, and second process DL and other documents. And from Aadhaar, there are it divided into in three parts: OTP, biometric, and demographics. And for verification, you need OTP and biometric details will be shared in the next presentation. For step one, call the session API. You have to call the session API. This session API is http.db version 5, and this is a production live server for the production server. And there for this you need a client ID and client secret ID. Okay, sir.
Prashant.
Yeah.
Hi, this is Shubhrajit. Sorry to interrupt you.
Okay.
Actually, this client secret we did not receive. I just want to notify at this point, as we are discussing about this, we can basically discuss further on this on the QA session. I just notified you on this. Okay, the client secret we have not received it yet, so maybe there's something you need to do.
Okay, you registered in Sandbox?
Yes, we are.
Okay. So our team will when verification process completed, then you receive client ID and client secret ID.
Actually, we have received the client ID as well, and it says that the client secret has been sent to our email, but we have not received that secret. So our process is approved as well. That's what I'm saying. I already have a client ID.
Okay, sir. You shared an email with us, and we will look at it. But why you are not receiving any email ID?
Okay, I did that too. So let's just get back to this on QA session. I sent 2 emails so far, but no response yet.
Okay. You shared with me. I shared my personal email ID with you.
Okay, sure. Thanks.
Sir, sir, whosoever is your POC, na, so he'll get you connected with the team and he'll look into it.
Are you saying this to me?
Hello.
I'm sorry if that was directed to me.
Hello. Yeah.
You said send something about sharing the POC or something?
No. I'm saying that whosoever is the POC from ABDM team, na, so he'll get you connected with the team and will resolve your query.
Okay, sure.
So yeah. In this presentation, we can look that these are the sequence of APIs that we need to follow for generation of Aadhaar number using the OTB method. So in first method, what we are going to input is the Aadhaar number. So in return, in response we'll get the TXN ID. So in next API, which we call as verify OTP, so we generally will follow the OTP which has been sent on the registered mobile number linked with Aadhaar and the TXN ID which we received from the generate OTP. So when we'll pass it on in the request body, so then a TXN ID would be generated in response, and that TXN ID that needs to be put in the check and generate mobile OTP. Here what we'll put is here what we'll put is mobile number, and if the mobile number is linked with Aadhaar, it will directly provide you the TXN ID if required. If it is not linked with Aadhaar, it will directly pass it on. It will directly provide you the OTP, and then you can go to the verify mobile OTP. Okay, and the TXN ID received, you need to pass it on to the verify mobile OTP, and whatever TXN ID you will you will receive in the response, that you can enter with in the uh, create ID as pre-verified. Create health ID as pre-verified. There you need to put a text for generating an Aadhaar address, and as well as you can pass it on your TXN ID. So there you will get an Aadhaar number with the X token generated. Okay. Any
Hello, I am Santanu.
yeah.
If we provide the different mobile number, that mobile number not linked with Aadhaar, then it is possible.
Sir, it is possible. Then I'm saying now that this API this will check and generate mobile OTP. If it is same, then it will directly move to the create health ID with pre-verified. If it is different, so then it will generate a mobile OTP, and then you need to enter that OTP and the transaction ID which you have received in the third API. Got it?
Got it. Then it is linked with Aadhaar. Then we do not need to use this third API.
No, we need to use the third API, but fourth API would be used only if your mobile number is not linked with Aadhaar.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we can. So yeah, next method is the other is using the biometric. Okay, so here first of all, what we'll require is we'll require the Aadhaar registered device. So there is a list of vendors that are given to buy the biometric machine. So you need to get the biometric machine for those vendors only, and it should be FMR and FIR enabled. Okay, so what API we would follow is that first of all, it would be verify bio. Here we'll enter the Aadhaar number, and we need to enter the PID generated from your thumb impression or any fingerprint impression that would be generated. That PID should be base 64 encoded. Okay, and biotype should be FMR plus FIR. Sorry, only FMR. Then when you will pass it on, you will receive a transaction ID, or sorry, TXN ID, and that TXN ID you need to pass in to. You can pass it on to the generate mobile OTP. Okay, you can even use check and generate mobile OTP. Same step would be followed. If suppose it will, if it would require, if it is the same mobile number, then it will pass out onto the create health ID with pre-verified. If not, then it will provide you the OTP. You can use that API.
Excuse me.
Yep.
Yeah, I've been getting a responses error code 2500 message unknown error occurred. It was in
Which
previous
method?
sessions API gateway 0.5 gateway registration Aadhaar generate OTP.
Sorry.
Generate OTPs API.
Generate OTP API.
Yeah,
What kind
version
of what?
0.5.
Sorry. V
Version
0.5
0.5.
sessions.
Yeah.
So, sir, there might be some problem. Actually, that might be an instance related issue. Okay. So at that time, OTP. At what time you tried it?
Ever since I've been trying it, the first API I call is the sessions API to get the access token, and then it send the access token in this said generate OTP API with the Aadhaar in the body, and all
So
I'm
you don't have
getting
to
is
pass it in the. You don't have to pass it into the Aadhaar body. You need to pass it on to the as bearer token.
yeah bearer token as authorization in the header. I'm passing it on the in the body. I'm passing the Aadhaar number,
Okay.
and all I'm getting is error as a JSON error code 2500 message unknown error occurred.
So, sir, there might be some issue going on. That is what I'm trying to say. Just try it afterwards after the call. I think so. There won't be any error. Okay.
I've been trying.
If you are facing any error, then pass it on to the POC, and then they'll get in touch with you. And there would be I think so. We'll get it run on in the live. We'll run a live session onto the with the postman collection, and we'll show it to you that it is working fine. Okay, would it be fine with you? Hello, hello,
We can hear you.
hello.
We can hear you. I don't know
Yeah.
the person who has asked
So
question.
I'm saying that we will run a live sessions of the API, and then we'll move it on further. Okay.
It is not me who asked the question. I don't know. That person is not responding. I have another question, a quick one. You said in the previous answer that if person do not have the same mobile number which is there in the Aadhaar, or a person do not have Aadhaar itself, so still for them in any way can be this Aadhaar number can be created. And sorry, extension to that question is, without any Aadhaar number, can the patient records be shared across HIV, HIV?
Sorry, I'm not getting a question, sir.
So first thing, okay, let me make it crisp. Without Aadhaar number,
Okay.
in my application, if I register a patient, without Aadhaar number, can
See,
his
your
record,
voice is breaking again.
is it okay now?
Yeah, it is okay now.
Yeah. So I'm asking, like, without Aadhaar number also,
Okay.
can the patient record be shared across HIPs and HIUs.
Okay.
There is a question: Can we share without ABA number?
No. Sir, you can share it, but that should be linked to the Abha address. So if the Abha address is generated, so there's a personal health record application. So for HIP and HIUs, to share the health records, we generally require the Abha address. So that
Okay.
can be if a person has generated the Abha address on its own. So and he's trying to and it is mapped with your patient ID in your database, so he can share that.
Okay. And extension to that, suppose say the person do not have ABHA number when he has registered with our application, and there are some treatment things have gone, some records are already got generated. And say after 5-6 records got generated, he want to have a ABHA number. Then ABHA number got created. So all these legacy reports can be linked to that ABHA number.
Yeah, it can be linked because you can map that Abha number with the Abha address on your database, and
Okay.
when and when it will be searched, or when user wants to search, or when you want to share it, it can be provided.
Okay. Thank you.
Hi, Gurpreet. I had a question. So here in the last point, is it only creation of the ABA number, or do we have to create an ABA address as well at that step?
Sorry.
The create health ID with pre-verified. So
Uh-huh.
you've mentioned it creates ABA number and address,
Yep.
right? So when I tried this, I have seen that the ABA number is created, but how do we create the ABA address?
Sir, Abha address, there is when you will see the API, there is one section named as health ID in the request body.
Right.
Okay, so in that you need to provide you need to provide it. You can provide a text box where user can enter whatever he likes, like an email address or like a UPI ID, whatever he wants to keep of his choice. Okay, so whenever you are verifying it, before the create health ID pre-verified is hit, you can use that text and enter that as an ABHA address in the health ID field.
Okay. And is there any check for finding unique or unique ABA addresses?
So if you would be entering that as an Abha address, so the our server will identify that whether this Abha address has been assigned to any person or not. It will throw an error that this Abha has already been Abha address has already been assigned to some other person.
Okay. And in that case, will the ABA number be created, or
No.
we'll have to retry?
Abha number won't be created in that case.
Okay. So using the same transaction ID, we'll have to retry using a different ABA address.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Sorry to interrupt, but we'll have the question session after the session is over. Okay, would it be fine?
Yes.
Okay, please.
Okay. So as I told that we would require one PID. That PID we would require one Aadhaar biometric to generate the PID. And in the first API, we would enter the Aadhaar number and PID. PID would be would be generated using the fingerprint which is kept on the machine, and that PID will generate an XML which should be base64 encoded. Okay. That would generate the resultant PID. After that, when this is passed in response, we'll get in TXN ID, and in TXN ID, that TXN ID needs to be passed on to the check and generate mobile OTP, or generate mobile OTP would be fine. If you're using this API, you need to you'll receive you'll pass on the mobile number and the TXN ID. If you are using check and generate mobile OTP, you need to enter the same fields, but there the person will check that if the mobile number is linked with Aadhaar or not. Okay, if the Aadhaar number is linked, then it will pass on directly to the create health ID with pre-verified, or we can create or we can just directly pass it on to the or we can then it will generate an OTP, and then it will pass on to the verify mobile OTP with the TXN ID. Okay, so then if the TXN ID is generated, so we need to pass it on to the create health ID with pre-verified. The same steps the last three steps are the same, but the first two steps are differing in the as last method. Okay. Can we create health ID by using only mobile number? No. Sir, first of all, we cannot create it because through mobile number, I think so option is now not available. Every Aadhaar number and address should be KYC verified. So that is why we are stressing on using the Aadhaar method. Then yes, if any government program is there in the session, so this would be fruitful for them. So like suppose government programs are doing a session or doing a campaign of generating the Aadhaar in the remote areas where the internet connection is not reachable. For them, we have provided the option of creating Aadhaar number using the demographic fields. Okay, so here the person will need to first of all will require a integrated program role, and then they will be able to use these APIs. So here first of all we'll use create health ID with demo auth, where the person will enter the Aadhaar number and demographic details of the patient with the profile details with mobile number and state district code. That can be the LGD code, and then it in return it will generate the Aadhaar number and the whole profile. And after that, to generate here there will be an option to generate a default Aadhaar address. So with the default Aadhaar address, the person need to just pass on to the Aadhaar number, and in return it will return the default Aadhaar address, that is a 14-digit number @ABD. So yeah, what if the mobile number is linked with Aadhaar and customers are not comfortable sharing their Aadhaar number? So sir, without Aadhaar number, it cannot be created. That is for sure. Aadhaar
Hi.
number cannot be created.
Hello. Hello.
So
Actually,
yeah.
I've completed all the process of ABA on Sandbox, right? So what will be the process to move on live? Can you elaborate
Sir,
once?
to go on live, matlab, is your HTC demo done?
Yes, on
HTC,
Sandbox.
HTC
Base
demo
URL.
production keys have been shared with you.
Yes, I think. Yes.
Yes, it has been if it has been released now, so you don't require anything. Are you a private integrator or government integrator, may I ask?
Private.
Private. So yeah, you just need to pass on to the code onto the production server, and you can go live with the you just need to change the URL from live dot where you are using dev.nbhm or health ID. First of all, dev.nbhm where you are using now, you just need to use live.abdm. And
Okay.
wherever you are using health ID SBX, so there you need to use healthid.abdm.gov.in.
Okay.
So
Only we
whenever
need
we
to change the
use,
base URL.
hello.
Sorry, yeah.
So whenever we use like the live.abdm.gov.in, that says like invalid credentials.
Sir,
Is this a
invalid credential, are you using SBX underscore, or what client ID has been shared with you? Can I
live dot?
say, if you're using SBX underscore something, so that is a sandbox credential, not a production credential.
And where I get the production URL credentials?
Sir, if you are given the HTC demo, now your POC should contact, and if the POC should be contacted for that, and it would be shared on your registered email ID, whatever is registered on the sandbox application.
Okay.
Okay.
So is already mentioned on your documents, right? Where we can get all the information to go on live, right?
Yeah, it is already there in the document, but have you filled the sandbox exit form first of all?
So, okay, Sandbox form, right?
I'm saying sandbox exit form. Have you filled that?
Saransh,
No, not yet.
have you done?
That you need to fill first of all with your sandbox exit. You need to complete that application sandbox exit form, and then you need to submit your functional testing report, your security audit report, as well as your what you call the organization GST or PAN. You need to submit
Okay.
it with that. Then our person here will approve that sandbox application, and then you will get the production keys. I think so you have not got the production keys.
So Gurpreet, can you please share the link where we can get all the information about the
No, sir.
live?
It is only sandbox.abdm.gov.in. There would be a login option available. There you
Okay,
need to log in with your registered email ID, which you have registered for the login.
okay, sounds good.
Hello. Hi, Gurpreet.
Sir, a private partner cannot get the access of the demographic APIs.
Okay,
So yeah, next we move on to the verification process. So in verification process will include.
Uh,
Sorry.
hey, Gurpreet. Sorry to disturb. Just a quick question before we move ahead. Is it okay with that?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm not getting you.
Just a quick question before we move ahead.
Yeah, sure.
But I need to clarify something before we move ahead. So, my intro. My name is Deep, and I am on the behalf of Purple Dog. Okay. So,
Okay.
my question is that as you have provided multiple options to create Aadhaar number and Aadhaar address. Okay. So, let's say I am going with this Aadhaar plus mobile number. So in the document, it says, it is possible to create multiple Aadhaar addresses based on one Aadhaar number, right?
Yep.
So, before we move ahead, so let's consider the case. I have, as a patient, I want to go with multiple checkups depending upon my arthritis, my migraine, and my other diseases. So for that, I created my three different Aadhaar addresses, which will be used for linking those respective records, right? But as per the document, it was also said that you guys advised to have only one Aadhaar address.
Yep. We
Why
generally
that?
advise.
Why so? Are you guys not keeping the record of or track of the records, or how are you
No,
going to
no,
manage that?
no, sir. Actually, sir, first of all, the Aadhaar address which we are generating one would be the default one, and other would be the person who is keeping by his choice. Okay,
Okay.
so if suppose a person has created the Aadhaar number without the Aadhaar address, so there the default Aadhaar address would be mapped. Otherwise, if the user gets the option to generate a custom Aadhaar address, I mean to say a text has been entered like an email ID or UPI ID, so that would be mapped as the second Aadhaar address, and that would be the foremost Aadhaar address being used. Okay, in place of the because there are many cases where person are not educated. So if Aadhaar address is not generated and they want to link their health records, it won't be done. So that is why we are assigning a default Aadhaar address as well as a custom Aadhaar address.
So if you guys, let's say, you guys have provided, let's say, one @SBX was the default Aadhaar address provided to me. Okay. Now I created another one which is @SBX or whatever my secondary Aadhaar address I get. So moving ahead, when I moved on to this part M2 and M3 integration, when I go for this care context addition of care context, how are you gonna guys manage this? Which Aadhaar address has been mapped to which care context?
So, sir, I think so. That would be managed at the facility level only, because the Aadhaar address which you are registering with your patient ID. So, for that record would be shared, because when in user-initiated linking, also in the discovery flow, when you will see there the person searches the Aadhaar address, what is mapped. Okay, and the person and even the HIP which is being shared. So whatever Aadhaar address is mapped with your patient ID. So that would only search on that basis and fetch the records. Okay.
Okay, let me reiterate the case. What is happening with me right now is the moment I log in with this Aadhaar application, okay, and after my OTP validation, it allows me to choose one of the Aadhaar addresses. It says Deep@SBX and Deep123 because I have created multiple. So at the moment, let's say if I choose Deep@SBX, so moving ahead, it is going to show me only those records which are linked to my previous ID.
Yeah, that will show only those records that are mapped to your Aadhaar address. That is what I'm saying. Whatever Aadhaar address is mapped with your patient ID, it will show that record for a particular facility.
So
Whatever
as a
client
customer,
ID
it
is.
is my headache to keep the track, which record has been mapped by which ID.
Yeah, actually it's a facility ID, and we are not keeping the record. We are that which record is being mapped to which facility. It should be managed at the facility level only.
Means HIP should take the burden of this, right?
Yeah, it is the HIP responsibility to take the name, to take the track of all the records.
Okay, okay, understood. Thank you.
Is current ABA allowing SBX is allowing to create multiple addresses for a patient?
Sorry.
In the current ABA deployment, ABA SBX version, is it
Mhm.
allowing to create multiple patient addresses like ABA
Yeah,
address?
it can allow. It can allow.
Okay. So is it like whenever I try to register me with my same Aadhaar number, will it give me
Sorry.
a will it give you a different ABA address?
Sir, I'm not getting your question.
Say suppose I have already registered and I got a ABA number using my Aadhaar card.
Mhm.
Okay, using the same Aadhaar card, if I register once again, will it give the same ABA address or is it giving different ABA address?
Sir,
Yeah,
if you are
you
not,
will
if
get
you
the
are
same
not,
ABA number.
sir,
Okay,
if you,
but if I am registering myself next time using driving license, then it will give me a different Aadhaar number. Is that
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah.
okay? So it based on the documents, it is changing the ABA number. That
Yeah,
I'm
creation.
verifying.
Suppose you are creating the ABA number using Aadhaar, na?
Huh.
So in case of that, you'll get the same ABA number again and again.
Right. And
So if
that's
you
what I'm
create,
saying. Whatever the documents you said, like there are two documents at this point in time, that is
mm,
driving license and Aadhaar card.
and ABA, yes, yes,
So
yes.
if I use in the next iteration, if I use driving license, and then I will get a different ABA
Yeah,
address.
yeah, yeah. You will get different ABA number. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So uh, then why can't it be only one this thing, either Aadhaar card or a driving license, to avoid all confusions of record savings and all?
sir, for driving license, actually we'll try to add that for driving license, it would provide us an enrollment number, not the Abha number. So
Okay.
proper KYC is not done. We have to visit the facility to generate an Abha number.
Okay.
But since KYC is getting KYC is fully verified for Aadhaar, so generally we stressed on to generate Abha number using the Aadhaar.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Sorry. So we are starting with the verification process. Verification process is generally used when a person is already having an Aadhaar number. Okay. So in case of verification, the first API we would follow is V1 auth init. So here, if a person is already having an Aadhaar number, we would generally prefer the Aadhaar number in the health ID field, and we'll generally have an auth method. Auth method can be like, if you are using to Aadhaar number for verifying, we can use Aadhaar OTP, mobile OTP, biometric, and we can use demographics. Okay, whatever method you are using. Demographic is not included, so we'll just exclude it. And these three methods we can use. So next process, if it is a biometric, so we will use it to confirm with we'll enter the auth method as biometric, and we'll go with the next method is that is confirm with Aadhaar biometrics. Okay, so after init API, when the Aadhaar number is mapped and we are generally passing a biometric method, so generally after that there will be confirm with Aadhaar bio, where we'll pass on to the PID with the transaction ID which we received in response of the V1 auth init method. Okay, so that PID with the TXN ID needs to be passed, and in return, it will generate an X token. That X token we need to pass it onto the V1 account profile API, so which will provide us the whole profile details which you can fetch, and like the demo, like the name, the address, and even the date of birth with all the demographics. It would be fetched, and you can store it in your respective databases. Okay. Next method is if we are verifying it using the Aadhaar OTP method. Okay, so here we would enter the same like we entered in the last slide, mentioned in the last slide actually. So first would be the Aadhaar number, then would be the auth method. That would be it can be Aadhaar OTP, okay, or the mobile OTP. If it is an Aadhaar OTP, we will use the confirm with Aadhaar OTP. And we would pass there the OTP and the TXN ID which we fetched from in response of the V1 auth in it. And if it is a mobile OTP, then we will use the confirm with mobile OTP option. In both the cases, the response would be the same as X token, and we would need to pass this X token in the V1 account profile with with your respective bearer token to get the ABA profile information. Okay, so now we can move towards the any questions if you are having.
Yeah, a quick question. Like when Aadhaar, when we are verifying the patient details with OTP or Aadhaar OTP, whatever it is, so we are getting the name string as entire name, like first name, last name, middle name, everything combined. We are getting one string. So is that way it's being maintained in the repository, or else is there any way like we can?
Sir, I did not get your question. Sorry.
So when the patient is verified and his details are popping up in the application, we are getting the name as a one single entity with all first name, last name, and middle name, everything as
Yeah,
one.
it would return a complete combined name. There's no other field that first name, last name. There is
Okay.
no field that. It
Okay.
would return the complete name, complete DOB, and then complete gender. So these three details are the main demographic details for a person.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Address and state code.
But
Yeah.
is there any way like after receiving that we can means that can be?
So sir, that you need to check at your level only. There is no validation currently at the ABDM level.
Okay. Okay. And I have one more question. Like this is more to do with this. So we are actually getting some help from the EMR application that is there on the SDX sandbox.
Okay.
Right. So is it possible to get that code on GitHub or something like that, wherein basically we are facing some issues with the callback function that
Sorry?
we're trying to write?
Your voice got break in between.
Yeah, we are trying to write callback functions. We are getting some issues, so we want some guideline and all those things. So is it possible to get that EMR applications a source in some GitHub where we can find some information on callback functions and all?
I think so. If there is any kind of callback functions you are writing, whatever respective callback functions you are writing, you can just write it to your POC. And if it is available in GitHub, I think so he'll provide you the link.
Okay. So, but as such, that EMR application is not available as an open source application, right?
Yeah, I don't think so. EMR application is not available.
Okay. But is it possible in near future to get some guidance or something like that? Hello. I'm audible. Hello.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Hello.
Yeah.
If
Yeah,
any doctor is registered, then he can use their credential and make the credential and use the EMR.
No, EMR, that's fine. Like we are creating our own EMR kind of a thing. It is an integrator, aggregator system that we are creating for ourselves,
Okay.
which will be hosting. So in that, for the backend, we are writing the callback function to get the API data from ABDM and sending data to ABDM kind of a thing, transactions. So we are just trying to see like how the callback functions and all these things are working there.
Sir, whatever, if you are trying to use a separate application, I am suppose you are building your own application. If it is an electronic medical records, are you talking about M2 part, milestone 2 part?
we are coming to milestone 2, but in the first instance itself, like suppose say if I have to verify the patient with ABDM and all, like, so that is also I'm stuck there actually in my system to write the callback function to validate that entire thing.
Sir, I think
And
so. I think so. You are talking about creating a care context for a person's record. What
correct,
I'm getting. Okay,
correct.
That's
that is
improved.
a part of milestone 2 only. So
Right.
because there only you need to register the callback URL. So whatever URL you are using, just registered with that. I think so. You would receive response. That doesn't matter that whether it is a new EMR application or old EMR application. You need to just you have to pass the URL and just you need to fetch the response. You should be able to do
Okay.
that.
And another question I have is actually I have registered a facility to check out this code and all those things in SBX. Uh, it has been like almost 3 to 4 days since I have registered it, but still it is in submitted state. Is there any approval process for that? And if so, how does that will happen on SBX?
Sir, I think so. This is an M1 session, and I think so. There would be a separate session for M2 or M3. So there you can pass on these questions. If you require, I think so. POC would get in touch with you, your respective POC, and he'll answer your query.
How do I know who is my POC?
You can also post your query on Dev Forum too. I think so. Someone will get in touch with you and get you posted.
Sure, we'll do that. Thank you.
Hi,
But how do I know that who's my POC is?
May I know your client name?
My client name or ID? What client name is Dream AP?
Trinity.
Dream AP?
Dream AP.
Dream.
Can you write that in the chat?
Yeah, sure.
The same question I have also. This is Jatayu Healthcare Technologies. I don't know who is my POC.
Same for us also. Actually, we also don't know.
Yeah, if you need, I can give you my ID as well, the client ID.
Sir, whatever queries you are having now, you don't require a POC. If you don't require the POC, you can write on to the integration.support@nhA.gov.in.
Yeah,
yeah, sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
Hi, Gurpreet. Hello.
Yeah.
Actually, we have completed milestone and we have filled the self-declaration form with the milestone 1 start and end date, but we didn't receive any email like who will be doing the testings or those things.
Sorry, who would be doing the testing, sir? That I think so. Whosoever is looking after the private integration, so that would be the respective team, your respective team who would be looking after that.
But we have filled the form already. So what?
So just sir, whatever query you are having now, just write it onto the integration.support, and your query would be answered.
I have written a mail to integration.support.
So I think so your query would be replied.
Yeah, it said 24 to 48 hours, but it is already more than 76. So I was a little worried. So it is like a kind of showstopper for us.
So I think so team would get in touch with you. They would get in touch with you with your queries. Okay.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah.
Okay. So Gurpreet, one more question. There's a portal which says HI. What it says? HIV. It's web. There's a portal which allows for the doctor creation of prescription and all that thing. And in the official document, there are certain credentials for that also. You can use those credentials and get a login onto that. So what is happening with me that it worked only once, and after that it is continuously giving me an error that your session has been expired.
Your session
I tried all the 4 and session is expired. I don't know why.
Okay.
I've even tried changing my browser, even tried changing my laptop.
So have you?
I didn't get a hold onto that web EMR.
Have you tried clearing your cache?
Yes, sir. I already did that like a couple of times. It only worked once, and after that, nothing is happening on the portal. So I don't know what has happened, but even though for that thing also, I also posted a query on Dev Forum. I got into hold of 2-3 people, but they haven't replied. Same thing is going on for M2 integration. I'm stuck on some point, and it's like been 4 days. I'm continuously pinging on that chat. Still nothing, no response.
Sir, what you can do is you can write it onto the dev forum, and then you can get your query answered. I think so. The person would be aligned to you, so you can write your query on the dev forum.
That I'm doing, but my main concern is that your HIV web portal, that is not working. So I'm going to check that? Do I need to create my own before doing anything before that? But you guys have provided a facility that is not working.
Just
web.
Ma'am, sorry. We'll share you another HIV logging. Actually, EMR currently is not working, so we'll share you another HIV logging credentials.
Yeah, please do that and make it public so that other people should don't suffer about that.
Okay.
You guys are telling me right now that it's not working, and I'm practically trying every single day for last 7 days.
Sir, please share your email ID. We'll share it on that.
Yeah, it's Deepak@purpledocs, and
please write it in the chat. Please write.
Sure, I'll do that. I'll do that.
I think so. Now technical team can take over the common errors which client might face or integrator might face during the login, during implementing M1. So Sai or Aditya, you can take the call now.
Sir, meanwhile, can you please share the email ID where we need to write to find who is the Spock?
Sorry?
Can you please write the email ID to which we have to write to find out who is our Spock for respective companies?
Sir, you can write every message onto the integration.support@nhA.gov.in.
Okay. Integrations.support.
Sir, can you write this mail on meeting chat? It will be good for us. Thank you.
Okay. On integration.support, we are for some messages we are getting a very prompt reply and all those things, but some things are getting hold for a long time, and somebody is calling who really don't know the technical aspects of the questions and all, like, and they are confusing us more.
Sir, actually, you can write the same onto the dev forum. I think so. Your query would be answered at there, because there the technical team might be in touch and they can answer your query directly.
Fair enough.
Sir, as per the health locker, I have a question.
Hello. Am I audible or my net is broken?
You're audible.
Okay.
Yes, you're audible.
Hi, I had one question. Can we also share this particular PPT presentation over mail to everybody who's attending this session?
Yeah, absolutely. And also the recording if possible, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, that will be very helpful.
I think they have a problem.
Sir, as a meeting, can you upload it on YouTube? It will be good for us rather than giving everyone, because we can access anytime, anywhere we want if we have some problem.
Yes, sir. We generally upload it as a separate doc. Like last open house, what we had is that we generally upload it on the sandbox in the webinar section. Okay, so you can find those respective documents, whatever you require, in the webinar section. Okay.
Actually, if you share this presentation PPT PowerPoint
Yeah,
presentation, it's
sir,
better.
normal presentation is there uploaded on the sandbox.
Okay. And also I have one question. I am trying the search API.
Okay.
We search by mobile,
Mhm.
but didn't get any error response, but a blank response. We got a blank response.
So might not, the mobile number which you are trying to enter might not have been mapped registered to any Aadhaar number.
Okay, so no, so for this scenario, we got a error response, but I think I didn't get any error response. Just got a blank response.
So I think so I think so the common errors which are being faced, so you can attend that session. I think so your query might get resolved while looking onto that session. Okay.
Okay.
Gurpreet, I've shared my email address now, official email address for the new link. Please share that.
Sir, I have a question. When I'm hitting the APIs, when I'm hitting API for a health locker for subscription CM in it, and I'm getting response of 429. Too many requests. So
Was too many requests from PSR system or Health system?
PHR system. Too many requests. 429 many times. I don't know what's the error.
Okay.
Then I think so your query would be answered when you will attend this session. So just have a look what all errors are being faced and what all are the resolution or root cause.
Okay, Gurmeet, can you introduce Manish in the same call? Because we are a mediator. Manish, we are calling, every integrator are calling CM API, right? So we need to call Manish and Shubhanshu in that.
হ্যাঁ কতজন লোক ভবন অবশ্য টিমের লোকজন আছে তাও স্টিল
Now I think so Aditya from our team would like to present all the errors and what all are the RCA from. Aditya, you can take over.
Hello everyone. So what we are trying to do here is to cover all the errors that are frequently received on our integrator systems. So I think that some of you might also have received these errors sometime or the other during your integration journey. So we are trying to address these and trying to tell what are the root causes or probable solutions that are behind these errors. I have highlighted a couple of errors which I have thought are very frequent and many integrators have reported those to us. So just covering them one by one here. Um, the first error, and Sai and Suraj,
Yeah.
please elaborate wherever required.
Aditya.
Yeah.
Okay. Aditya, let me start from the second error because the first HI5 ended. That is the error. Sometime our system was down. I mean that health ID system was down. That time we are getting the
Okay.
this error. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Apart from the HS 422, this is means that our business requirement. Suppose you are entering the wrong data as part of input request. That moment we are passing a 422 errors. So please check your request what data you have entered. Suppose you are creating the PHR address. So we have a validation is PHR address, name, capital letter, and apart from that, we can add one special character along with numeric number not be in sequence. If you pass the sequencing number, that time you are getting a 502 error, 522 error, this parent error. Along with that, you get the error means that what error you are, what is the issue. Okay, same. Apart from the HIS 400 error, this is also business error. I mean that suppose request is wrong, uh, or application expecting it as needed request, but that moment you are not passing the correct validation things. That moment you are getting this request 400. HIS 401 user not authorized means that. So basically, if you want to access any of PHR API, you need to pass access token as part of header. You can use authorization. Authorization is a key. Value should be bearer and token. In case of token and value, uh, anything is wrong, that moment you are getting the 540 issue.
एक मिनट सूरज. So everyone, user not authorized बहुत frequent error आता है हमारे system में. It is a very frequent error. So as Suraj said, there are three possible reasons for this. That the token has expired. So you all must have seen that there is a validity to a token, right? 1800 seconds or 2500 seconds. So if you are receiving this error, it is possible that the token has expired. That's one possibility. The second possibility is that you are using an incorrect token. So I will give you an example. So we have two tokens. We have a gateway token, and then we have a user token or an X token that we say. So sometimes what people do is they start using the gateway token in the X token. In that case, they are using an incorrect token, and then they might receive the same error. User is not authorized. A third case is when the token does not have correct roles. So if you just decrypt the token, if you go to jwt.io, you can decrypt your token, see the roles that are provided in that token. Okay, so you will be able to see that what are the roles. There are several roles. Health ID is one of the roles. Health professional ID is one of the roles, etc. It sometimes happens that you are trying to use integrated program APIs, but your token does not have integrated program roles. That is why you receive the user is not authorized error. I hope this is understood. Suraj, you can continue with point number 5.
One thing, how
Yeah.
how can we get a new token from the refresh token when the token is expired?
You can use the refresh token API. We have already provided that in the Swagger documentation.
But I cannot find this API. Can you set the link?
Right. Okay. I will share in the chat, and you can reach out to your point of contact also, and they will share that API.
Okay.
So apart from that, if you see the HIS
That
001,
API specifically. Okay.
yeah, okay. So next one is fifth number. That's HIS 1001 is suppose you are searching a health ID, a mobile number in your system, our system. This is that moment the data is not present in our database. That moment we are throwing this error code HIS 1001 issue. Okay, same thing 6 HIS 1002, that is means the validation. Suppose the field should be not empty. There is a win validation. Win validation means that suppose in case of the generating the ABA generate OTP using Aadhaar, so you need to pass the correct Aadhaar number. If you pass the blank Aadhaar number now, so that moment you are getting this error. This I mean that mandatory field is required according to this error. That's all. Any question from anything? Anyone?
Hi, Suraj.
Yeah.
like I have completed that milestone one, and while after creating that new ABBA address, so I'm trying to log in from my mobile app, that is ABDM Sandbox mobile app. I'm unable to log in, but I
Okay.
got the username, password, everything I have. I tried even logging with that ABBA address with other OTP and mobile OTP, but it is not logging.
Okay. So do you have Aadhaar number? I mean Aadhaar number, Aadhaar address?
Yeah, yes, I have.
Can you share that Aadhaar address, Aadhaar number here,
Just,
so we can.
yeah.
I'll check it and get back to you. Apart from that, this is also HIS 1003. Invalid pattern means that we have a pattern. Uh, and for anything, just email. Suppose you are passing email address, right? Email have a pattern at the rate gmail.com. This is a pattern. If you are not following the pattern, you will get the error. Apart from the same thing, invalid size. So in case of that, if you are creating PHR address, and the PHR address should be the minimum character is like 4, so you need to at least pass the 4 character, otherwise you'll get the error invalid size. The same thing is that 601, this email address is not valid. Okay, apart from that, HIS 300 for Aadhaar number is does not have a mobile number. Suppose you are calling the sometime user don't have mobile number registered with the Aadhaar, so they are calling generate OTP call of Aadhaar, and that moment you are getting this issue.
Okay.
Yeah, as per description, invalid Aadhaar number enter. Please enter the same Aadhaar number. So you need to pass the encrypted Aadhaar number. Enter that generate Aadhaar. Means that is request.
Okay.
So in same thing is the biometric data should not be matched. Means that you need to pass. Please again, connect to your device and scan your fingerprint proper ways, else you'll otherwise you will get this error. Same thing, this HIS 2016 Aadhaar number या VID is not valid. Please enter your in sometime I have seen in the log, so some are using mobile number instead of Aadhaar number in place of the generated Aadhaar we call. Please enter your correct Aadhaar number and you can use your virtual ID. Okay. Apart from that, HIS 17, you have and requested multiple time or OTP transaction. Please, this is the request. Basically, if you are hitting generate OTP call Aadhaar generate OTP again and again, so Aadhaar is blocked. Aadhaar will block your Aadhaar UDI services block your Aadhaar number for 30 minutes.
Okay.
Okay. So HIS 306 is a detail you have entered against a document does not match. Please enter the correct document. So this is not PAN card. Suppose you are creating your Aadhaar number using driving license. So you need
Hello.
your name and your gender, your everything should be that Sarthi app. I mean that as per driving license. Okay.
Hello.
Yeah. Hello.
What is the 2500 error that we are getting? It's saying
2000.
unknown error and it's not documented anywhere.
Sorry, can you repeat the question? Which error?
I'm getting an error code as 2500, not HIS hyphen 2500, just simply error, and then the value is 2500.
2500. Actually, we are not passing this error. CM application is passing this error. So this is
Which
another thing.
application?
Sorry.
Which application is passing this?
Aditya, can you give the answer for the same? Sarfuddin Aditya.
Can you please repeat? I was not able to hear.
So Aditya, in between,
We are getting an error.
Okay.
We are getting an error 2500.
Okay.
So what is it like? Not HIS 2500, just simply error, and then the value is 2500.
And what is the error message?
Unknown error occurred.
Can you, so Suraj, we can just look at the logs here.
No, actually, Aditya, this is not from PHR system. Basically, this error from the CM system. Basically, lots of integrator calling the CM, right? CM is calling the PHR app. The error is what he's saying. The error is from CM system.
ठीक है.
Okay.
So kindly share the request, the API, the endpoint that you are using, and the request body that you are using. So just share the curl, and we will look into the error. Okay.
Okay, where should I share it? In the chat right now.
You can also, yeah, you please share in the chat, but you can also share it to your point of contact. They will get you connected with the necessary team, with the correct team. So what Suraj was mentioning here was that the error is not related to us. So we have separate teams for M1 integration, M2 integration, and M3 integration. The error that you are receiving is not related to M1 integration that we are discussing here. So I would request you to share this with your point of contact, who will get in touch with the M2 or M3 team, which is
We don't know
relevant
the
to this
current
error.
point of contact.
Okay, you don't have a point of contact, then okay, just share in the chat and share your contact details. I will reach out to you.
Okay.
Hi, Suraj.
Hi, hello.
Yeah, I have shared my health ID and health ID number. I have set up
Yeah,
for
yeah.
that
Just
mobile.
we are just checking in PHR system. Okay.
Okay.
So give me 2 minutes. So my team is looking into this.
Okay,
We'll
and I
update.
have also filled the self-declaration form for the Milestone 1 in the sandbox login, but we didn't get any reply. So what is the next step?
Where you send this one?
Sorry?
Where you send this document? I mean that.
Not a document. Like we have filled the self-declaration form
Oh, you filled a self-declaration form.
for the Milestone 1.
Okay, so for this step, please reach out your contact person.
No, we don't know the to whom we need to reach out. We didn't get anything in the mail.
Okay, Aditya, can you give the answer for this?
Please write to integration support here, and we will get back to you.
Integration.support@noh.gov.in, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I have sent a mail just now. Maybe.
Oh, okay. We'll look into this now.
Okay.
Hello, Suraj Aditya. I had a question on one of the errors we have been getting for a while. We are using the profile API and the QR code API. So profile API is working fine, but QR code API, it's giving us a broken QR code. So if we try to hit it from Postman directly to Sandbox, it's giving fine. But let's say if we hit it from our backend, which is a Node backend, if we hit it from there to the Sandbox and then get it to the front end, it's giving a broken QR code. So any thoughts on why that is happening?
Hope so your code is not implemented proper. That's where you are getting this issue. If you see over that's a Postman now, you are getting the correct QR code, right?
Yeah. So the thing is, there's no difference between how we are hitting it directly or through our backend. So it's just backend is giving the whatever result we are getting, whatever headers we are getting from the Sandbox APIs, we are just sending that to our front end, which is a React one. So if anyone has implemented through Node and if they've seen, I've seen that you guys have implemented through Java, right? So
Yeah.
if someone has implemented through Node and if they're getting the same error, it might be helpful. And we are getting the same error in the card transaction also. So there are card APIs where they are QR code as well, right? All the other APIs are working. Just the QR code is the one that we are having some trouble with.
Sorry guys, actually we implemented in the React side also Java side, so we are not on the Node point of view. You can ask any of them in this group, they will help out.
Okay, sure. I've already pinged in the group, but yeah.
Okay, no problem.
If anyone has done it, maybe you can contact us.
Okay. So already I explained you a lot of things here. I mean that HIS 30661. Also, if you are passing HIS 3007 is already PHR exists, means that with this document, if you already we have a PHR address, you want to create new PHR address with the same name. So that moment you are getting this error. So PHR address should be it should be unique entire application. You cannot create duplicate PHR address. Okay, next one. Any question from anyone?
Hello, Suraj.
Yeah.
Is there any test data? Test data so
Test
that
data. We don't have any test data for this one. So if you go, you can go through the document and document is self-explanatory.
actually when we use the search by mobile API, always give blank record. Did not throw any error. Got a blank array.
Blank array, right?
Right.
Okay, search by mobile, right?
Right.
In case the data is not there, that moment you will get the this error. Hello.
Yeah, I've pasted the curl in the chat. Please take a look and get back to us immediately.
This one, right? Registration Aadhaar generate OTP.
Yeah.
What is the issue over here? Hello.
Yes, hello.
Yeah. Actually, for this one, you are getting the error code is 5000. You are getting unknown error, right?
Yeah.
So that is the separate team. The separate team is look into this. We'll see this error code.
Okay. So this is the same error we've been getting for the past like 2 or 3 months. We've been trying to get in touch with the support, but until now there has been no reply. Not in the mail, not in the portal where the ticketing portal, not on the dev forum also.
Okay. Okay, we'll note down your point. So we'll update you ESP.
Okay.
Apart
So
from
next time, if we need assistance, do we have to wait for you to host another webinar, or is there any other solution?
no, webinar will be same. Aditya, can you give the answer for the same? Actually, I'm from technical team, so I'm not a functional person. So he'll give the answer.
Are you asking about the next webinar or sorry?
I am asking for the past 3 months, we've been trying to get in touch with the support team. We have mailed them, given the mail, like on the last webinar, you gave the mail for the support. We have mailed it and we've also registered a ticket on the complaint portal. And we've also posted it in the dev forum. But until now, we haven't got a response. So Right now in the chat, we have sent the response and you said you will address it and maybe you'll get back to it. But what I'm asking is the next time we need support, do we have to wait for you to host another webinar to get your attention?
Uh, I apologize for the inconvenience that you have faced. I feel that a point of contact must have been assigned to you. If that is not the case, we will try to proactively reach out to you on the dev forum.
How do we know who our POC is?
I will.
Yeah, it's kind of a common question to all. Most of us don't know our POC.
Okay.
What is the email address that you have said before? Integration.support@?
Yeah. It's sandbox.com, I think. The same address.
Integration.support? Integration.support@?
Yes. Yeah, that's the same. I'm not sure about the domain. It's I think the sandbox.gov.in, I think. It's the
It's
same
integration.
integration at support.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes,
It's
integration dot support.
integration.support@nhA.gov.in.
Gov.in, yeah.
Somebody has
Gov.in.
shared in the chat. Yeah.
Please share in chat. Okay. NHA. Okay.
Yeah, Gilara.
Yeah, any questions? So
Yeah, hi Suresh. Just
Question to what we just asked, is it still being ignored? What's happening?
which one? Which question?
We just asked you a question like, how do we know who your POC is? And how do we get in touch with someone if we don't get any? So what's the solution? Are you?
Yeah. So.
I thought you were looking into it. So.
What is your? Sorry, I did not get your name. Can.
My name is Rindo Anthony. I represent Grapes Innovative Solutions.
Okay. So yeah, Mr. Anthony, like the problem that we have been facing at NHA is that we are sort of overwhelmed with a lot of requests and complaints. And we are trying our best to address them as fast as possible. But obviously, we have left a number of integrators out, and we have not been able to support them in a timely manner, and hence your grievances. What we can do at this point is that we have already shared with you the integration mail ID and the dev forum support. We will try to reach out to you proactively there. Otherwise,
Okay,
I am not
pass
sure
on
that.
the,
Yeah.
yeah. Please pass on the same message to the hospital side as well. You're putting a lot of pressure on the hospitals to complete the ABDM integration, and you're promoting ABDM supported HMS only.
Yeah.
And in turn, that pressure is being put on us. So please pass on this message to them also.
Yeah, so the solution at this point is, I feel, is a peer-to-peer support. There are a lot of private and public players who have completed the integration journey, and I feel that you can directly reach out to them and they will be able to help you in your problems. If you need that, we can arrange for that, or you can just reach out to them on your own. We have published a list of successfully completed ABDM partners on our website. Um, I would strongly urge you to go for a peer-to-peer support here, because I think that will help your case.
Okay. Basically, we are at the mercy of our competitors.
So our community has they might not necessarily be your competitors. There are a lot of public players, lot of government programs who have also completed ABDM integration and who might not be your competitors. Otherwise, we understand that your competitors might not be willing to support you. And that's why we have published a lot of open resources like webinars, PPTs such as this, where we cover common queries and common integrator issues. You can just refer to those, and I think that those should be able to help your case to a large extent without having a need to reach out to us.
Okay, thanks. We've been contacted by an Agil. Is he representing ABDM or is he from another provider?
What is the name again?
No. I am private.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for raising your concern. We will try to address them.
Hello, Aditya. Good evening. I'm from Telered Tech, Arun Kumar Pandey. So my question is in context of the APIs which are there in that Excel sheet, what you have published.
Yeah.
It contains ABHA APIs along with that Milestone M1 APIs. So ABHA APIs is near about 100 or something, or maybe some particular number, 70, 80 APIs are there. But in Milestone M1 APIs, it's hardly six or seven APIs are there. So as per the requirement of Milestone M1 or getting a certification, or so what would be the mandatory, whether you have to do the ABHA APIs also, or just Milestone one M1 APIs is enough?
Just the M1 APIs is enough. You don't have to integrate with hundreds of APIs. Only the creation verification flow is enough. So I think about 10 to 12 APIs should do.
Yeah, so I didn't find any documents saying very clearly this, or stating this very clearly, that you need to implement that. That would be very, very helpful for us if you can specify exactly these are the mandatory APIs for Milestone M1. That would be really helpful to everyone, actually.
Yeah. So point noted. We are working on a functional document where we are covering the use cases and the mandatory APIs. We will share that on the sandbox and other platforms to help your person.
Yeah, so but how do we, I mean, for me at least, how can I know which are those APIs now? Do I need to reach you out separately, or you can put that here in the chat, or what is the mechanism? You will let me know which are the mandatory APIs which I have to implement.
So in the PPT that we have shared, there are 6 to 7 APIs that you mentioned, right?
Excel sheet I'm talking about.
Yeah. Just go with those.
Okay, so then your create and verification APIs, they are part of ABHA APIs. They are not part of the 6-7 APIs which I'm talking about. I'll tell you very clearly what are those APIs. The first one is session API, gateway host.
Yeah.
0.5 session. Then immediately after that, there's APIs call on the gateway, which is collection and verification of ABHA by HIP. And then in the same way, API called by PHR app and gateway API called by HIP. So it's share patient profile with HIP by scanning HIP QR code. So put together, these are the APIs near about 8 to 10, which are under Milestone M1 APIs.
Okay, I will share my screen now.
Okay, please do that.
So basically, you are talking about Milestone 2 APIs, but
No,
We are referring to Milestone 1 APIs, right?
sorry, this was shared by ABDM team to me, this Excel sheet. So that's where the confusion is.
Okay, just let me share my screen here.
Sure. Yeah.
Let me know if you are able to see my screen.
Yes, I can see your screen.
So yeah, this is the Swagger documentation that we have already published. You can find this Swagger documentation on our sandbox. Just go to the AVDM sandbox. Okay.
Yeah.
Building blocks, Aadhaar number service, link to the Aadhaar number APIs, right? And you click on those. You reach the sandbox, the Swagger documentation that I talked about. Okay. In this, you have to simply integrate with. Yeah, simply integrate with these APIs. Registration with Aadhaar. Okay. So, like it's very simple. Generate OTP. This is an Aadhaar based OTP. Verify OTP. This is another Aadhaar based call where you are verifying the previous OTP. Then you are using this API. Then you are verifying that mobile OTP. I would recommend you to go through these. Just read the description and you will get a fair sense of how to create the Aadhaar. So those are the APIs necessary to integrate, right?
Okay. Can I share my screen? Maybe a couple of more minutes if you can share a bit more time to me. I'll just share my screen.
Right.
Hope you can see my screen.
ये देखो मीनाक्षी गलत लग रहा है.
Aditya?
Yeah.
Can you see my screen?
Yeah, can you just scroll up, please?
Yeah, so this is what is all about Milestone on the Excel sheet, what has been shared to me. Creation Aadhaar APIs, verification on saving of Aadhaar address, and linking token in EMR HMIS system. This is what is there, but at the same time, I do see Aadhaar APIs, which is a huge list.
Okay. So, okay, what is happening here is there is a separate set of APIs for Aadhaar and THR. So, yeah. So you have to integrate with. If I can ask, what is your solution? What are you building?
I'm a radiology service provider.
Okay, and okay, so I would recommend you to build the registration via Aadhaar that you can see over here.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
okay, and you will have to use the same gateway APIs that you see in Milestone 1. Can you go to Milestone 1?
Yeah, so from this sheet, this is enough, right?
Yeah.
Registration via Aadhaar.
Yeah.
Okay. And again, in this also, not all should be necessary.
Yeah. So API number 1. Just a minute. Generate OTP.
I guess Lewis is there.
Yeah. So yeah, Arunji.
Yeah.
We have explained this in webinar 7. That is uploaded already in the sandbox resources.
Webinar 7. So, yeah. I mean, but there can be a very clear picture, no? Like while even you are saying here, you can very clearly say that this is the document, go and refer, only those APIs will be would be mandatory. So that way will save a lot of time from everybody. If there is some sort of document, of course, I'll go and check that webinar 7. Or if you can share that link also, I'll go and look at that as well. But what I'm trying to say is,
sir, webinar session link shared in the chat.
Pardon?
Yeah, the link is shared here on the chat.
Okay. Okay.
This is the document that we have right now. Please, what you are referring to, please see the webinar in conjunction with this document, and we'll try to provide another documentation in the coming days.
Yeah. So that's my request, Aditya. That would be very, very helpful if I have a very clear cut idea of what I have to write or what I have to implement.
Okay.
Yeah. So same again, I have to reach out to support, or there is another way, kind of point of contact where I can directly reach you to tech team for Milestone M1.
Yeah, same resources again, Arunji, integration support and the dev forum. I think the webinar should serve as a one-stop solution. Just refer to the webinar, and I think that will help with all your queries.
Okay, fine.
I have one question. Hi, I have one question. In 1.1, you mentioned 6 APIs. It's only necessary for Milestone 1 APIs. Can any other API we need to develop?
So we
Hello?
have functional test cases. We communicate those functional test cases while you are registering for integration. And the same has been covered in webinar 7. Please refer to those and integrate only those APIs.
Okay.
So, any more queries, or we can conclude that?
Hey, Deep here again. So I have did a personal message to Gurpreet, I think, or specifically for ABDM team to please provide the link for EMR web portal. If you can do that, that will be very helpful.
Yeah, just a second.
Mail IDs have been shared in the chat. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
I have a small question.
Yeah, EMR link is shared in chat box.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a small question. This
Okay.
when we are creating this ABHA ID, okay. So you're saying that while creation of the ABHA ID, okay, there can be multiple addresses to which it can be linked instead of single address. ABHA address is there, right?
Okay.
So we are linking to multiple addresses also in that case. And if it is a multiple address, then how, I mean, if it is if we are checking the health records of the.
You can add multiple address with one ABHA number.
Multiple addresses with one ABHA number. But if we can have multiple addresses, then it will not be having any problem when we are trying to fetch the health records of beneficiary?
No, that not an issue. There are some use cases where you have to share some record to the some specific doctor. So you can share those record with attached with one different ABA addresses. So
Different.
not other, yeah. So there are some privacy concerns that why we add this phenomenon. Like for one ABA number, there are multiple ABA addresses.
Multiple ABA addresses.
Yeah. Like your bank account. You have a one account number, but you have multiple UPI addresses.
And there can be multiple ABA addresses because there can be change in address. In those cases, keep it as multiple ABA address or?
No. It is different. Just like you are a psychiatric patient and you want to share those reports only one ABA addresses. And you have some diabetes reports, though you can store those diabetes report in some other ABA addresses. So you can store your report separately as per your prescription, as per your report, or as per your HI type. So that's why we provide this scenario for you.
Okay. And one more thing, this can you please where this recording will be available?
Yeah, recording is available in webinar link that we shared in 2 to 3 working days.
After 2 to 3 working days.
Yeah.
Okay. So the webinar which I have shared, if I open the Zoom link, I will be able to see the video after 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, sure. Hi, Prashant.
Yeah.
I have a question. Like for the M1 APIs, the base URL on the Swagger document, it's written that health ID sbx.abdm.gov.in. So is it .abdm domain or .ndhm domain?
It is ABDM domain. NDHM domain is our old domain. Now we are changing NDHM to ABDM.
So, okay, so it's ABDM, right?
Yeah, it is ABDM.
But when I'm trying on ABDM, the request could not be sent. It's showing that the request is not sent. But when I'm trying with NDHM, some of the APIs are working. Still, I'm not able to access all of them.
Okay. Maybe on that API, maybe domain is they are not changing the domain, I think.
No, so with .abdm domain, I'm not able to access the APIs. So what is
you can access some NDHM domain.
But with NDHM, like when I tried to create the ABA using Aadhaar, then I'm getting the OTP for the Aadhaar. The Aadhaar OTP I'm getting, but when it is to generate the mobile OTP, then we are not able to do that.
No, mobile OTP is also working. You can share your query one-on-one with us on support. Integration support at dob.in, or you can mail or you can write us on their forum as well. We will answer your query separately.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So we are closing that. So now we are closing this meeting. Hoping that everyone have a great learning experience, and now they are able to integrate Milestone 1 in future or in some days. In case you are facing any issues, you can write to us at support@abdm.gov.in, or you can put your query in our dev forum as well. Last but not the least, I want to thank everyone who support us to make this session successful.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.